Here we go. Welcome, Halftime Howie, broadcasting on the beach with Halftime Howie. We just heard a very emotional, moving song by Brielle von Hugel called Naked, which bullying inspired her to sing that song. And Michelle, listening to that song, what kind of those words impact you, knowing that you one of the founders of the group, Long Island Communities Against Bullying. What did that song mean to you, and the words, the impact?
I tell you, I had to fight back the tears with that song. It really touched me. I really feel like we really need to teach the children these days empathy. Speaking from myself, I know myself. I was bullied as a child. A lot of people were, and we just need to teach the children empathy. Just children who say things about each other. What you say, it affects people on more than one level. If you're saying something to someone, how would you like that? How would they make you feel? Mm-hmm. You have to realize that's going to stay with that person, and more than that, if you're going to write it online, that's there forever.
Brielle, talk about your days growing up in Staten Island, mm-hmm. about your experience being bullied by some of the children that you went to school with.
Yeah, so I grew up in Staten Island. I was raised by a single mom, and through elementary school and middle school, a little bit in high school as well, I was bullied for my appearance. I had these big ears that stuck out of my little girl head, and it was a reoccurring thing that I was always made fun of, but through music and through my passion, I learned to be comfortable in my own skin, as you could see in my writing in Naked. So I just really learned to love myself and be confident and be who I am and who I'm supposed to be. And I really hope that my voice and my music relays that message and helps someone out there, for sure.
Talk about writing that song and relating your own experiences and putting your own life's experiences into those words to come up with such a meaningful, powerful song.
So it's super tough to be so real with the world, but also be so real with yourself. So I feel lucky that I was blessed with the voice and music in my life, because it's not always as easy to speak those words as it is for me to sing those words. So I feel very special that I can be somewhat of a role model to write that and sing that for people to hear. So it was very, very personal writing session, and I feel super lucky to have the people in my life that wrote it with me. And I'm very proud of it. It's my little baby, and I hope that it does help somebody's heart.
Michelle, here in our community in the Long Beach area, several months ago, about four months ago, we had a 13-year-old boy named Brendan Carr who took his own life because of bullying. And there was a lot of talk about bullying in the community, but we hope that since that tragedy, that it's still a big issue, and that people are very concerned about it, because we don't want to hear about any more Brendan Carrs in our community.
Well, definitely. That's why we are still working with Island Communities, and we are looking still to work with the schools and the community and with students and parents, and bring workshops and a buddy program, and with the students to work peer on peer, one-on-one, and also bringing lecturers, counselors, and where we want to bring in peers with the buddy program, and bring in with the buddy program with the youngsters. That way, everyone will have a buddy to work to relate to, who is their own age, or maybe someone who's a couple of years older, or maybe have someone who's into music or into art, mm-hmm. who has that experience already in them that they can look up to.
Absolutely. And when you hear someone like Brielle sing that song, how does it make you feel knowing that such a talented artist is so passionate? And what do you think her song will have an impact when so many people hear such a beautiful song with such a meaningful words behind it?
It's a huge inspiration. I think it's a huge inspiration. It gives me hope that if hopefully there's students and the younger generation right now see this video, and it gives them that there's other students out there and other teens out there, and see that and say, oh, look at her, you know, she was okay, she dealt with it, and she's still here, you know, I can do it too.
Thank you.
Brielle, I don't know this, but it just would assume to me that it makes sense. Do you ever run across younger girls who have been bullied and say, look, I was at your stage, I know what you're going through, and have you been kind of like an inspiration to a lot of young kids who are going through what you dealt with when you were young?
Absolutely. That's my biggest life goal, is to inspire others. And at a very young age, I knew that this was what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. So I know that some people are still struggling, trying to figure out who they are and what they want to do in the world. So I feel like me pursuing my career and staying confident and striving forward, that it will inspire others to reach their goals and continue to do what they love. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank Michelle and Brielle for sharing this segment. And coming up on our next segment, Rocco is going to interview Brielle about her great career. But let's have a round of applause for Michelle and Brielle. Thank you.